Today, we're diving into something really fascinating, the hidden philosophy that's literally woven into the fabric of Korean clothing. It's a story told not with words, but with the cut, the flow, and the entire feel of a garment. I mean, you see a traditional garment, right? A hanbok, a kimono, a suit. You know what it is instantly. But have you ever really stopped to ask why it's made that way? Why does one culture love these flowing, soft lines, while another goes for sharp, structured tailoring?
Well, the answer goes so much deeper than just what looks good. The clothes we see are actually the final product of a long and often unspoken philosophical journey. They really are a hidden code expressing how a culture fundamentally sees the world.
Okay, now check this out. This chart lays out this really cool idea of a cultural will. Think of it like a culture's core operating system, the seed that determines how its art and aesthetics will grow. So for the West, the driver is differentiation. Separating, analyzing, putting things in boxes. But for Korea, it's guided by grafting, or jeopoi, this idea of creating a harmonious union. And that right there, that's what we're going to unpack.
So let's start by cracking this code. Let's dig into this core Korean concept, because it's the key that unlocks absolutely everything else.
The word is jeopoi. And at its heart, it's about bringing two totally different, maybe even opposites, things together to create a new kind of harmony. But, and this is so important, it's not about one thing just absorbing the other. Both things get to keep their own unique identity, even inside this new, blended whole. The best way to get your head around it is to think about what the word literally means, grafting a plant. You take a branch from one tree and you attach it to the root of another. They join up, they grow together, and they create something new and amazing. But the branch is still a branch, and the root is still a root. They haven't been melted down into one thing, they've been harmonized. And get this idea isn't some modern theory. It's ancient. It's right there at the very beginning, in Korea's oldest creation myths. In one, you have heaven and earth being grafted together. In another, a tribe from the sky and a tribe from the earth joined to become the Korean people. The idea of bringing opposites together in harmony is baked into the culture's origin story.
So, the big question is, how does a huge philosophical idea like grafting actually show up in clothing? Let's take a look at the aesthetic principles that grow out of this idea. Okay, first, you have to understand the concept of sinmyeong. This isn't just about being happy. It's this explosive, ecstatic, almost divine kind of joy. It's the kind of energy that lets people overcome incredible hardship through this powerful, shared excitement. It's all about being dynamic, spontaneous, and just bursting with life.
And you can feel that energy right here in this painting. I mean, look at this. You have this dancer totally lost in the moment, surrounded by musicians. You can almost hear the music and feel the movement. That feeling, right there in the middle of it all, that's sinmyeong.
And the second principle is sobak. This is all about a kind of natural, unadorned simplicity. But don't mistake that for being plain. It's about finding this deep beauty in the true nature of a thing, without needing a bunch of extra decoration. It's a confidence in the material and the form itself. The perfect example of sobak is the famous Korean moon jar. It isn't perfectly round. It doesn't have any complicated patterns painted on it. Its incredible beauty comes from its simple shape, the feel of the glaze, and its subtle, natural imperfections. That's the whole idea. Okay, so let's tie these ideas directly to the hanbok. The first thing you notice is a sense of activity. This flows right out of that dynamic, joyful spirit of sinmyeong. The fact that it's a two-piece outfit, the open slits, none of that is an accident. It's all designed to let you move, to celebrate the body in motion, not to lock it down.
Just look at this painting. These women are in the middle of a powerful sword dance, and their clothes are right there with them, an active part of the performance. The fabric flows, the sleeves billow. The beauty of the clothing is revealed through movement. This outfit isn't for a statue, it's made for living.
Next up, we have asymmetry. And again, this is another expression of sinmyeong's spontaneity. You see, perfect symmetry can feel really rigid, kind of artificial. The hanbok, though, totally embraces asymmetry. The most obvious example is the gorum, that long ribbon tied at the chest. It's always off to one side, and this creates this beautiful, natural, dynamic balance.
You can see it so clearly here on the jeogori, the upper jacket. Look at how it closes, with one side overlapping the other. It's not centered. It breaks away from that stiff formality and creates this sense of flow. It feels more organic, more alive, doesn't it?
Now, to really understand just how unique this philosophy is, it's actually super helpful to look at its opposite. So let's take a quick look at that Western cultural will to see just how different it is.
The key concept here is bunhua, or differentiation. This is the deep cultural drive to understand the world by breaking it down into smaller and smaller pieces, to separate everything, analyze it, and put it into categories. It's a really foundational idea in a lot of Western thought and science.
This philosophy creates these really clear divisions. The creator is totally separate from creation. The mind is seen as separate from the body. And a really big one, humans are seen as separate from, and usually superior to, nature. This way of thinking leads to analysis and hierarchy. Good versus evil, beautiful versus ugly, us versus them. This slide just lays it all out perfectly. You can see the results of these two worldviews side by side. The philosophy of grafting leads to a harmony of opposites. It sees humans and nature as one. And so it creates clothes that envelop the body. The philosophy of differentiation, on the other hand, leads to separation. It places humans over nature. And so it creates clothes that structure the body. Two completely different starting points, two completely different outcomes.
So let's bring it all home and see how these two massive ideas create two completely different approaches to style and clothing.
And at the end of the day, this is the takeaway. The philosophy of grafting gives you the hanbok, a garment that drapes, flows, and works with the body's natural shape and movement. The philosophy of differentiation gives you things like the corset or the super sharply tailored suit, garments designed to restructure and reshape the body into a more idealized, controlled form.
It all leaves us with a pretty interesting question for today, right? In a world that so often feels fractured and divided, what can we learn from a design philosophy based on grafting? What's the value in a worldview that finds its beauty and its strength not in separating things, but in bringing them together? Something to think about.